All right, good afternoon, everyone. Justin here again from Adaptive Sports Partners of the North Country. So today I'm actually going to take you on an afternoon run on one of my favorite spots right in my backyard. It's actually the Mount Percival Morgan Loop in Holderness. Hopefully by the time we get up there, we'll get some pretty decent views of Squam Lake. So yeah, let's get to it. Oh, I wanted to point out, check out my new t-shirt here. Thanks to Nate. Looking pretty good. Not bad, representing, very good. So yeah, let's get at it. So Percival and Morgan. I love this trail. This is an awesome all year round trail. It's actually one of my favorite ones to do in the wintertime. I actually did this a couple of years ago, Thanksgiving morning. I think it was like 15 below that day. And I got to the top and my beard had completely iced over. But what a beautiful way to start your Thanksgiving day. Man, did that turkey taste good afterwards. But yeah, so Percival and Morgan, they're part of, I believe they're part of the Squam Range. But don't hold me to that. Just a great little hike. And you don't get into the 4,000 foot territory. But it's still quite pretty good fun exercise. And you're out in nature and the payoff is at the top, as I hope to share with you. We'll get a chance to see a little bit of Squam Lake. So glad to have you with me. Let's get our steps in, get those miles racked up, right? All right, talk to you soon. So I'm not that far in, and I'm already huffing and puffing. It must be that turkey talk. So Morgan, Percival, this loop is actually a little bit longer, mileage-wise, than our Cannon excursion. Although, Cannon, you're going straight up the mountain. This one's a little bit more gradual. Still rocky, but gradual. And this one's fun because it involves waterfalls, little streams and rivers, all kinds of good stuff. Not a bad way to motivate ourselves to get those mileage in. Ugh. Here, let's try a different way. There we go. Oh, much nicer. I just didn't feel like taking a bath, not yet at least. Maybe on the way down. No point doing it if I'm still gonna get sweaty, right? Here's one of those little waterfalls I was telling you about. Kind of been lacking in the rain department all summer, so it's not a raging torrent, but still not a bad soundtrack to listen to when you're outside. Oh, I bet that water's so cold. Man, it's a lot warmer than I thought it was going to be. Didn't feel like it at the car, but it's definitely humid. And I think I forgot to wash my water bottle since the last time we ran, because I can still taste the peanut butter and fluff. That's okay. People pay all kinds of money for waters like that, right? That's what I'm gonna go buy. You can start to see the lake peeking through the trees. Just a bit. This is just a boulder minefield here. Super important to take your time. Especially if it had just rained, it would be super icy. In the wintertime, this is where the spikes really come in handy, because these rocks just accumulate tons and tons of ice. Oh, lovely. Someone laid out some stairs for me. If you don't hit your step goal today by following along on this, I don't know what's going on. Oh moly. Feel those steps build up. Buddy. So look what my new friend has presented with me. More stairs. We get enough steps to cover tomorrow too. Here we go. So we have our choice, caves or cliffs. I think I'll go cliffs. So we're almost at the top of Percival, and over there is Morgan. Last little push. So you'll notice I threw on a buff. I ran across some folks along the trail and noticed them ducking into the woods. And I thought, well, gosh, I don't run that violently. But I realized I had forgotten to throw on my buff. And just to be courteous, I wanted to make sure I stopped and put it on. So, well, here, let me get out of your view. All right, what do you say we continue on to Morgan? Okay, we successfully made it up Mount Morgan and Mount Percival today, which is awesome. We saw some tremendous views of Squam Lake, which is even better. Here's one last one for the road. So now my plan is to go jump in that lake. But in order to do that, we got to go down. So let's go down. So you remember the sign that said cliffs or caves? Here's your caves. This part's a little tricky. That. I better hold on to the camera extra tight. So here's a shot of the ladders that you can climb to go up via the caves. I would not recommend doing these though in the winter time, as they can accumulate quite a bit of ice, like those rocks. Kind of cool. Something different. Alright, it's starting to get a little dark now, so making our way back to the car. I think the signs back there said about 2 miles. Oh, here we go, another sign. Let's see what it says. Alright, so Route 113 is where we're going, 1.6 miles. Alright, got a little bit of sun poking through still. We should be good. But another good reminder of always letting somebody know where you're going, where you're running, where you're hiking, where you're kayaking, where you're skiing. Make sure they know where you are. Or even better, bring a friend. Now this part is actually very fun in the winter, because all these jagged rocks and roots we're dodging are covered by snow. And so you can almost kind of drag your feet and quasi-ski down the thing, which is actually a lot of fun. And if you fall on your bum, you land on snow. So you just keep sliding. Let gravity do the work. So the nice part about this trail is it is a full loop. And so you go, start, head up one side, come down the other side, and you end up in the same place, which is tremendous because you get to see all kinds of stuff rather than going down the same trail twice. Like I said, I love this trail. And it's close to home for me, so even better. And if you're really ambitious, I'm not going to do it today, but you can actually do this loop and then walk across the street and go do Rattlesnake and Holderness. That one's a pretty quick jaunt, but you get a fantastic view at the top of Swan Lake. All these little treasures of New Hampshire. Once we can get all can get outside together, we can enjoy them together. Finishing up the last stretch here. Heading back to the parking lot. I can hear cars driving along Route 113 in Holderness. All right. Right where we started. Whew. So we just did about a 5 mile loop. So whatever mileage you did today, rack up another 5 miles on top of it. And however many steps. Let's take a look. It says 12,000 steps. So that's a pretty good contribution to our mileage goals, huh? Like I said, I love this trail. This is a great trail, and it'd be awesome once everyone can get back together again to maybe take a little jaunt down to the lakes region, do this all together. Well, I hope you had fun with me. I appreciate you joining me. Make sure you check out the cannon run that we did together a couple of weeks ago. That reminds me, I gotta wash my water bottles this time so there's no peanut butter fluff taste. But yeah, thanks again. Appreciate you doing this with me. Thanks to Adaptive Sports Partners in the North Country. Thank you again, Nate, for my sweet t-shirt. Yeah, until we are able to get together, stay active, keep moving, do the yoga, do whatever you can. That when we meet at the trailhead, we'll be ready to rock and roll. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next run.